Hey Tiger fans, Ben Rosenbaum here for the Towson Sports Network on Media Day for the men's lacrosse team, and I'm joined by the head coach, Shawn Nadelen. Coach, defending champs again, you got that target on your back. How do you continue to keep the mindset that you're going to get everyone's best game when they see you guys?
We expect that, just like we expect to give our best game against our opponent. So that doesn't change, us or how we approach every day of practice or how we approach every game. So, we want to be able to prepare ourselves to play our best, and, regardless of the opponent or, situations in regards to media and polls, that's for everybody else to determine and think about. We want to be able to put our best on the field and go from there.
Defensively, you guys graduated a lot. You're looking to replace guys like Mike Lowe, Andrew Cordes, Pat Conroy, the list goes on. How's that process going about, and are there some guys who have maybe started to stand out?
Those guys were terrific players, no doubt, and did a lot for Towson Lacrosse. But the nice thing is, we think we got some terrific players, that we're kind of waiting in the wings, for those guys to graduate and move on. But they were able to learn from those guys, which has been fun. So that process has been great over the fall and now into the preseason, seeing kind of who those next guys are going to be, seeing what they bring to the table. Coach Kachi always brings, an edge to the defense and gets those guys ready to go, and he continues to do that, from what we've seen in practice and the mentality of our defense and the leadership that he has, but also, with Jack Adams and Tyler Mays being kind of the veterans at that end, have really brought that group, continue to move forward.
The biggest vacancy probably left in between the pipes. Tyler White graduated. You got 3 goalies on the roster. I imagine it's something like in football with like a quarterback competition, quarterback battle. Do you have an idea who that goalie is going to be, or is it pretty much an open contest right now?
We thought we did at the end of the fall, but through the preseason, it's gotten to be much more competitive, and the guys have kind of leveled themselves out a little bit, and we're not quite sure who it is right now. I'd say, it's definitely a close battle, and we get obviously 5 scrimmages to figure it out, and it'd be nice for a guy to really take it and run with it. But the nice thing is that they're all playing very well and at a high level. And that's a good problem to have.
Offensively, you're not replacing that much. This is an offense that really scored the ball well last year from Joe Sider, Ryan Drenner, and on and on. What are your expectations for them now this year? Are you looking them to just maintain and do the same, or would you like to see even more?
Absolutely. Continue to play at the highest level we can. Being that they're veterans, they got, one, kind of those seniors, they got one last year together. I got to expect that they're looking to play at their best, to go out on the top, which, I think they want to. And it's been fun because we got a couple of younger guys in the mix, some newer guys on the offensive end, and they've kind of taken them under their wing and then trying to bring them along, knowing that, hey, these guys are, going to be the ones that carry it forward after we're gone, but also are going to be very helpful, this year and going to help us be successful. So they're continuing to lead, even though they might not be a captain, we still have very strong leaders across the board on the offensive end that, understand, the awareness that needs to happen on the offense and how high powered it can be.
Non-conference schedule, especially the home one. You got Hopkins, Loyola, Ohio State, and Denver all coming here to Johnny Unitas Stadium. What's the team's attitude heading into such a tough non-conference schedule, and especially getting to play it here at home?
I'm not quite sure. I haven't asked them, but I think the guys are excited. As we get closer to, a scrimmage at the end of the week, as well as heading into the end of the preseason. I think they're excited that it's here. They've been working hard all fall during the winter, and then obviously in the preseason. They're excited to be able to see somebody else and put what we do in practice against each other together on game day and go and compete against another team. So, we practiced today. It was pretty rough conditions, and talking about, hey, this is most likely what we're going to see in the early part of the season. So getting our mindset right, understanding how to be successful in that environment and handling the adversity well. I don't think our guys are looking at the home slate is obviously a very competitive group, but ready to get the season started on February 18th.
Coach, thanks, and we're all looking forward to it. Good luck this year.
Great. Thank you.
I'm here joined today with Ryan Drenner and Brian Bolwicki. Ryan, I'll start with you. You were named CAA Co-Player of the Year last season. What are you doing this year to rate your game?
I'm just trying to do the same thing. something that got that honor for me was all my teammates and our coaches. It's definitely not an individual award. By being on our offense, doing the 1/6, and me getting the recognition, that's recognition for our entire team. So I'm just going to keep doing what I can, keep working as hard as I can day in and day out, and hopefully that the outcome for our entire team will come again.
Great. And this is a question for both of you. Ryan, this is your first year being named captain for the team. What does that mean for you?
It's a lot of responsibility, you know. I don't know. It's very humbling, and I'm very honored to be a captain. I'm glad that my teammates chose me. So I'm just going to work hard for them, make sure that everyone's doing the right things on and off the field. And like I said, hopefully coming down to that CAA Championship again.
And Brian, same question.
Oh, it's awesome. This year there's a lot of seniors, and we've kind of done like a captain by committee. There's 7 or 8 of us, and we all talk, and everyone's so close. So, I mean, yes, it's us 4, the captains, but our entire senior class is together, and we kind of look at it that way.
And finally, both of you again. The team had huge wins last season. What is the team doing this year to replicate the same type of events?
Yeah, we're just working hard. That's something that's in our DNA as a program. Hard work is what got us to where we are, got us those wins. So we're not looking back to last year saying, oh, we've accomplished this in the past. We're still moving on. I know from the games previous, the day after, we were already over that game and on to the next one. So we're now focused on this season and trying to make big wins just like last season.
Great. Brian?
This year I think there's more of a target on our back. We knew how good we were last year, and we proved to a lot of people that. And this year we're going to have to back it up again because we were the underdog in some of those games, and now I think that it'll be more we're in the favor and people will be favoriting us. But I think the same thing, we're still going to have to be the little things and band together as a team.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I'm here with second-team All-CAA attack Joe Sider and third-team All-American midfielder Jack Adams. Joe, I'll start with you. Coming into last year, there were a bunch of questions because the attack lost 4 major role players. This year coming in, you only really lose Ben McCarty and Spencer Parks. What does that do for the team's mentality?
I mean, we have a very veteran group. Like you said, we only lost 2 major players. So we are returning a pretty solid amount of people that have played a lot of minutes for Towson. So our offense has been clicking all fall and into the preseason, and that's what happens when you have a bunch of veterans playing with each other for 4 years.
And the highest of the 3 polls has the Tigers ranking at 11. What does the team need to do in order to crack into that top 10?
I mean, just play our game, not really focused on the polls. It's nice to be recognized, but it doesn't really change anything that's going to happen in May. So play our game, not worry about what other people do, and just go out there and fight like we always do, and that's the way we play.
And Jack, I already mentioned that you were named third-team All-American last year. What motivation or pressure does that put on you going into this year?
Well, it definitely motivates me to keep playing at that level, but it's nice to be recognized, but it's more showing of how the team is as a whole. That wouldn't be able to happen without the guys around me, and it's an honor and definitely motivates you, but I'm more concerned about the team as a whole and what I can do. Coach Glardy always preaches doing your 1/6, and that's all I'm worried about, just doing my part and bettering the team.
And the non-conference schedule is a bit of a bear this year. Ohio State, Loyola, Hopkins, Denver. How do you prepare differently for these tougher games than you would against not necessarily a lesser opponent, but one that isn't almost guaranteed to be ranked?
I don't think you necessarily prepare any different, and Coach Nadelen does a great job of every time we step on the field, we compete our hardest, and we're just doing the best we can every day. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We play them as if it's the national championship game and just go out there and fight like we always do.
And the Tigers' first game this year will be on February 18th at noon. It's going to be at Mount St. Mary's. So for all of your information on Towson men's lacrosse, keep it updated right here on TowsonTigers.com. For Ben Rosenbaum and Brian Contreras for the Towson Sports Network, I'm Brandon Sachs.